Hello, Leo. This is your October 15th, October 31st, 2016 read. For the main reading, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. I apologize, I don't know where the box is at the moment, but this is a very good deck, and I've had it for a long time, so I thought I'd use it because I get a lot of good messages off of it. For the advice cards, I'm using the Magical Spell Oracle cards. Magical Spell cards, yeah. By Lucy Cavendish. It's a deck I got from a friend and I very much like. So I thought I'd put them in there to see how we fare with those. So far they've been really great with messages, so I wanted to include you in that. Well, that's interesting. I want to pull out another card, do I? I want to pull out another. Well, okay. That's going to be interesting. So, can we start off with the advice cards? Because okay. The overall energy for this time frame. We have the Tower card. Did I get this with I don't know. I got this with another. I think I got this a couple times. This card seems to be quite prominent for the fire signs at the moment. I'm not sure if I got it for Sagittarius. I know I got it for Aries as well. And I feel like this is letting go. I feel like you're letting go of something big in your life. That's kind of interesting. That's not usually how this card comes across for me, but I almost feel like you're swept away by the current, and you're just kind of going with it. And you kind of feel like you just kind of have to ride it out. And it's a scary, bumpy ride. I feel like by the time this starts, you're already in that current. Okay, that's where we're going to go with it, because usually I go a different direction with that card, but that's what I'm getting from it. Like, you're in this current, you're kind of letting go, and you feel like you're at the mercy of the elements. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. We got wind, water, fire going on here, and falling from earth. Like, it's all there, and I feel like you're just kind of going with it. As we start this time frame, I feel like you're giving. I feel like you're paying out, actually. This part is really prominent to me right now, which makes me feel like you're paying out. You're paying out for something. And I feel like you're very upset about it. I don't feel like you're happy about it in the least bit. I feel like you're worried about relationships around you as well. And the advice I'm kind of getting from this card, I mean, definitely, I don't know where the book is for this anyway, but I tend to, I honor what I get from the card. I don't generalize them. It's telling me just to think of people that in your life, either that you love and you know love you, or if there's people that you're kind of curious or kind of upset about, and you're cautious whether how they feel, or you're not really sure how they still feel about you. Go to the memories you have of having good times with the people you're worried about. If you're worried about relationships are falling apart, just remember those memories that were good and replay them and make them brighter in your mind and realize that that's still alive. That's the advice I'm getting from this card. That the relationships, there's certain relationships you're worried about may be broken or destroyed. And having that love, I feel like it will make it 10 times easier on you. I feel like the paying out here is really bothering you, and I almost feel like I'm feeling like in some cases it's not like you're worried about the actual physical money. It's just like you feel like that's what you were to this person, and you're worried about it. You're worried about that's all you ever were to that person. If you just go back to the memories and remember how the good times really were, and just kind of like go through them in your mind, how good it once was, I feel like it'll make it a lot easier on you, and it'll calm you down a lot. As we go into the next part, in your line we have the High Priestess and Justice. For whatever reason, and I don't know what's going on, but I feel like the way it's working out, and I hope this doesn't really piss you off because I think it might. The way it's coming across is it's working out fair, and while that comes across, I also feel like you're not going to think it's fair. I feel like you're not at this point. I feel like you may not be viewing it as fair, but I feel like what the cards are saying, especially with the High Priest behind Justice, like things are working out purposely a certain way. That aside, I also want to say, with the High Priestess in the background, in some cases, even though it may not feel fair or seem fair to you, it's leading you to the next part of your life. Like it was meant to happen the way it is happening. Yes. So, and I feel like I do get a strong feel like you're not going to like that, and I apologize, but if I lie, I don't feel the point. I don't see the point in lying on what I'm seeing here just to make people like me. That's really what I'm getting from this card, so I just want to honor that. The environment around you, I feel like whatever you're doing is causing quick changes in the environment around you, and I feel like the environment around you is peaceful. So it's almost like that's very interesting because it's very peaceful. I feel like there's quick changes, but then they're at peace, or the other side, or the other situation, whatever, it's at peace. Like I feel the upset is mostly with you, and whatever the change is that's happening, like this tower change, it's affecting you mostly. Around you, I feel like it's not, like it's a quick change, but it brings peace to people around you, which is very curious. I also feel, this is interesting. I apologize for the little stammer there. We have quick movements and we have peace. I feel like as you move forward in this, I feel like you're out of that situation. And I think that's why this card, you'll notice I'm showing you the back of this card, because this is how it came up. And I was kind of interested to find out what that means, and what I feel it really means is that you're not involved in this situation at all. And what that means is, not only do you not directly, or what's the other word I'm looking for? Not directly or secondary. You're not involved at all in this part of it. Like whatever's happening in the environment around you that goes to a peaceful place, the next part you're not a part of, you're not aware of, it doesn't affect you at all, but you're not even going to see it. Like I don't feel like any information is going to come to you about this, and there's other things going on there. I feel like there's some times where people are going to be getting along a lot better. I feel like situations are being resolved around the situation. Like this situation is really coming to peace, and excuse me. I just feel like there's things going on there that it's interesting because it's coming. Like I'm having a hard time even talking about this card because I feel like it doesn't even really matter to you. It's not going to affect you. Like this, if it's a person, they're going to get involved with situations beyond, and they're just going to take care of their own life, and they're going to be fine. I feel like this is almost like when it says peace, like peace out, like done. And they're going to be fine. The card I'm getting is the Three of Cups, but it came face down, which makes me feel like it doesn't. Either you don't have these friends in common, or just you're not involved with it at all, and I feel like you probably never were. And by never were, I mean like you might have been aware of some of these people, but I feel like that's not even the case. If it's like the other person moving away or something like that, they're just making new friends and getting involved, like it literally has no effect in your life for whatever reason. Okay, as we go forward, we got the final part of this coming to light. We have a triple card situation going on, and we have wisdom. So I feel like it's a very mixed blessing for you. As it ends up here, going towards Halloween, Samhain, however you want to put it. Samhain's actually, I believe, a little after Halloween, like a couple days usually. I think it changes per the year. You're kind of going from the Devil to the Wheel to the World, which are all major arcana cards, which is quite the situation. I feel like in a lot of cases you're taking the bad, and your luck is changing and it's going to the good, and you're just like you're accepting the end. I feel like that's kind of what's happening here. Like you don't really like it, but your luck is changing, and you feel like your luck is changing. You're like taking a different look at it, or a different angle. I think another reason this card came face down is because whatever the situation is, if it's a person, they're completely like they've stepped out, like peace out. And I feel like once they peace out, I feel like you're over it. Like almost like, I don't know if that's possible, but it's almost like out of sight, out of mind. Like, and you have other things you're doing, and you're moving on. I feel like you're learning a lot in this time frame. I feel like you're gaining a lot of wisdom, and you're growing as a person, and you're taking inventory about what happened. But I feel like you're just kind of like, it's kind of almost like the grieving process, like anger, depression, acceptance, bargaining. I think I'm denial. Did I say denial? Like all of those, I feel like you're cycling through them at the end here, and it just kind of like you're gaining a lot of wisdom. Like I feel like once you step out of it, your luck goes for the better. And I think at the end of this time frame, you're going to be doing a lot better. Especially like, I mean, if you're going to have the Devil card, I mean, who really likes getting the Devil card? But if you're going to get it, this is really a really good way to get it, because it's transitioning from the Devil to the Wheel, which is your luck changing, which you definitely want it to change from bad to good. Because if it's bad, you definitely want that to change. And it's going to the World, which a lot of times is completion, the circle, the infinite wisdom going on here. Infinite wisdom, there you go. I feel like it's just kind of moving forward for you, and once this time frame is going, or once this situation settles, especially with like, I'm getting the other person's very peace out. I don't know why it comes through peace out. It sounds really funny coming out of my mouth, but I feel like once that happens, like it may aggravate you slightly for a moment, but then you just kind of like, it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind, and you just kind of inventory it real quick, and you're like, well, at least I don't have to deal with that anymore. It's weird. It just seems kind of good. So for your overall situation here, I feel like whatever happens, like I feel like the Tower is telling me that by the time this comes into effect, whatever has happened, and that you're just kind of like at the mercy of the elements, and you're just kind of finishing it off, but you have to go through like this part of the process. And I feel like you're giving. You have to pay out in a sense. There's something you have to give that you don't want to. And I feel like it concerns you that maybe that's all you ever were to this person. Because I'm thinking, for the most part, this is another person for someone. The advice in that part is just to remember the better times, remember when times were good. And I feel like if you replay those memories and the truth that they were, and how good they really were, it'll make it 10 times easier for you. It'll just calm you down and help you move past it. What's going to happen is happening either way. You might as well be in a calm, happy state if you have to deal with it anyway. That's the advice there. The next cards that come in, like I said, I don't think you're going to like hearing this, but the universe is saying it's taking you to the next place that you need to be. Like, it's helping you get to the next part. I don't feel like you're going to be very happy about it. I really don't. Comment below. Let me know if you're happy about it, because I'm getting that, like, you personally, if this resonates for you, that you're not cool with that at the moment. At least not when this happens. You're not really happy about it. Excuse me. But the universe is saying, like, this needs to happen. That things happen the way they need to. The Justice card comes up. Justice is served. And it moves you to the next spot in your life that you need to be. It moves you in a direction where you need to go. Things move fast around you, like the environment, the other person, things change quickly for. They're at peace, and I know they sound so funny coming out of my mouth, but it's very peace out. Like, they're, bye. Even if they still live in the same town as you, you don't even see them anymore for whatever reason. However that happens. And although most of you, I don't think that's how that's going to work out. I'm just saying. And then they either started a whole other life without you, or they concentrate on the part of their life that has nothing to do with you, and I feel like you're not even aware of them anymore. Like, they don't even exist. At that point, I feel like it aggravates you slightly, but then you kind of change perspective, and you're just kind of take a mental tally of what happened, and you kind of gain the wisdom for it. You grow, you evolve, you see it for what it was, and you're kind of like, you know what? This is what it is. On to better things. I do feel like you grow, but I don't feel like it bogs you down very long. And again, like I said before, if you're going to get the Devil card, this is the way to get the Devil card. From the Devil to the Wheel, which means changing luck from bad to good, because if your luck is changing, it's usually bad to good. And then the World, completion, happy, atonement, infinite, wisdom, stuff like that. Which the Wisdom card crowned it. So I'm just gonna fly that all over the place. The Wisdom card crowned it, so it's like whatever you needed to learn, you learned. Whatever you needed to do, you did. So, of course, if you have any comments, I'd love to hear. I always like to hear how these affect people. That one part seemed a little rocky, but I think in the overall, the ending here ends in your favor. If you would like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, James4astral@gmail.com. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're having a great day.